Hey folks, welcome back. Give a real quick update on the garden. I'm not quite sure what has happened since we were here last, but let me give you a kind of overview of that. Let's see here. If you take a look at that, down here to the left, the first row that's immediate in front of you here is our row of corn. Corn's not doing too well. We're doing okay for this first row. We're going to look at planting this second row again. It didn't turn out so well, but we have plenty of time. And I think we have a 3-month growing window. We're in zone 6-7 here in Kentucky. I think we have a growing seasons, I think from about May, June, July, August, September, and as late as I believe November in some cases. I think in cases with your greens and your leafy vegetables here, this row here we have collard greens, and at the end down there we have some kale. But let's go back over here. We started off over here with a roll of corn, and this second roll of corn is not doing so well. Sweet corn, we'll hope to be able to create a lot of soup starters this fall. We're not looking so good in that regard. This row here we left blank. We wasn't quite sure if we want to stagger our corn growing season, so we still have some time here. This row here, you look down through there, at the beginning here, we planted collard green seeds and they didn't come up, but at the end back there, let me get you a little closer, so bush beans. So those bush beans are coming up quite nice, and a couple rows over, we have purple pole beans, and we have that trellis going up over there. They work very well. Good, great harvest producers. They produce really late into the season, so we really like those. We don't have many because they really are good producers, but we also like bush beans, so we are a fan of bush beans. Let's go back here. Here is the place of our garden that's acid, low in pH, 4.5, 5.5, and so we relegated our potatoes and sweet potatoes to here. We also have a small box here. In this box here, we created this box because there was a mound. We created a mound like we did here, but the mound started to break away, give way, and it started to exposing the onions. And so what we opted to do is to create a box. We just did this a couple days ago. So that's what's going on here. We're about done with this area here. We've covered up here, we mound up our potatoes and sweet potatoes pretty good here. I think we're going to be done with that for this season. We're just going to let them take off from here. We may till in between these rows, but we're doing pretty good. Again, let's take a look at this row here. These are green, leafy greens. They're really looking good. Look at that kale. They look good. Wow, can't wait to get into those babies. I think we could pull off of those now. We're going to have a barbecue in a couple months, or maybe one before then, and I'd love to have some sort of a recipe with these greens in it. Man, they look good, don't they? We go back over here. Look at this right here. Maybe I'm too much in the way. Look at that. Doesn't that look really nice? Wow. I'll give you a sense of how big that is. There's my hand there. That's really looking good. All right, so then we get down here, have our collard greens, and they look good as well. They really look good. Look at this one right here. Really, wow. I mean, we can pull some of these off right here, blanch these, and have a dish. Hey, can you imagine this? Blanching these collard greens with maybe a fresh tomato and maybe a half a ear of corn and diced tomatoes and garlic, basil, good sea salt. Ah, my God, wouldn't that be good? Looking good here. Let's see here. Oh, they really looking good. Now I think the last I showed up. This is even better looking collard green head here. I think last time I posted a video of our garden, you did not see these tomato stakes. What we opted to do this year, we tried a number of things over the years to take care of our tomatoes, and this year we opted to stake them. So far they look pretty good. I got a sneaking suspicion they're going to do quite well. What we did is that we used baling twine to tie those up pretty good. Can you see how we tied them up down there? We just pulled that bottom main stalk close to the stake, pulled it up loosely and tightly. So just put it on up, and as it grows, this little bitty tomato right there, man, it looks good, don't it? What's next down here? This is good. I think these are beef eater tomatoes. And how you can tell this is kind of indiscriminate tomatoes. Look in between here, you see that? If you don't take that off, peel that off, what'll happen is that they'll bush up. That's how I know these are beef eaters, because those are the ones that will grow up like a vine. These other ones are bush oriented. I think this is more bush oriented. You're looking at, you don't see any of those things in the middle there. So these are our bush and Hawaiian tomatoes. They are our bush beans. This little bitty baby is kind of behind a little bit, struggling a little bit, but it is gonna be a beef eater. Take a look at this right here. See what I'm talking about here? Get rid of that. If you don't, it will bush out. So I kind of like to come out every now and then and take a look at. Here's a good old bush one that's producing quite well. Look at that. Look at that. Those vegetables in there. This is aroma tomatoes. You can tell they got the shape of those. Look at that. Isn't that good? Good looking tomato plants. Looking really good. I'm really satisfied with these. Really good. We have 17 tomato plants. I believe we're gonna have more than our share of tomatoes. We hope to can. I don't know how many quarts of tomatoes that we want to can this year, but I'll let you know. But they're growing pretty good. These tomatoes, I have you to know, we started these babies from seed at the end of February at the house, and so these are not store-bought tomatoes. We ordered these seeds and we planted them under the grow lamp, the heat mat, and this is what we got. Now here we have our zucchini and squash, and man, they really look good. Look at this here. Let me show you down here. I think in the next day or two we're gonna have our first zucchini. Look at that down there. Don't that look good? Man, look at that. Look at that. We have some other, let me make sure, did you get that? Let's see here. There it is right there. That's beautiful. Isn't that beautiful? That's another, look at that. Look at that vegetable right there. Man, you know, I was talking about this. I'm not quite sure how we could prepare this, but I can see this right here with squash and zucchini. I love a tomato base as well. Garlic. Wow. So do we have any squash over here? Thought maybe we had some, but we got a lot of fruit. I mean, a lot of flowers, a lot of buds. But if you look right here, we have our squash starting to emerge right here. Man, I think it's gonna be beautiful. Don't that look good? Don't that look good? Look how healthy that looks. Look at that down there. That looks really, really, really healthy. So, thanks for looking at viewing the video. Have any questions or anything I said, you have any questions about that or anything you'd like to add, any suggestions, leave me a comment behind. And also, if you don't mind, subscribe. This is zucchini too. We haven't gotten much in here, so let's see how it goes. All right, thanks.